Okay, here's a third video concerning the amplifier for the Laumas load cell series, the TLB, and this is an Ethernet IP version of it. We're connected to the software, and I wanted to show you about the inputs and outputs. We went through the calibration, or the real calibration, if you want to do 5 points. There's a field bus tab, there's a serial connection, and then lastly we've got our inputs and outputs. So the inputs and outputs, we can set the inputs to be a 0, so that when you set the input at 0 as a unit. We can also do a peak. That way, if you put this on, it'll just hold the peak value until you release it. I can physically set it to the PLC, which means we do nothing with it, but you can pass inputs to the PLC directly. Typically, we use a threshold. Typically, we use a set point. And so I'm going to go ahead and do the set point. Let's see, PLC, net gross. Where's my set point? PLC. That's my input. So if I were to put my peak, and here's my 0, I can use these inputs. The outputs we're going to use for set points. So I've got a set point here of 250, and it's got a hysteresis of 5. It's normally open, and it'll transition on a positive. It'll turn on in the positive direction, meaning when I go above 250. This unit is set at 50, hysteresis of 0, and I can actually go negative. So I've got three of these set points here. This one's 200 set point. It's the gross, which is the actual, or if I zero it, I can do a net and actually get a load from a position type of thing. So this is a pretty nice piece here. I'm going to go ahead and show you how this works. So I've got my inputs and outputs here. You can see they're showing up as these lines. When I'm below the system, this will turn off. And when I go above the system, I get output 3 comes on, and if I go above, output 1 comes on. And if I go below here and I go to my negative, like set up, I think it was negative 50, boom, output 2 goes on. So not only do we get a live look at what's going on, I can see my set points with my threshold. I also get a red and a green line. When I'm stable, which means that the load's not bouncing around, my stability will come on, I'll get this green line. If I'm moving, it's going to say, hey, I'm in transition, and boom, it'll stop, and it'll give me a set point. So pretty nice little piece here that the customer can use to troubleshoot or to see what's going on in his application. It's not supposed to be able to collect data. It's more of a visual just to ensure that the unit's working properly and that we're getting the inputs and outputs to go correctly. So pretty quick overview. The other thing I can do is I can have different profiles. So this is a profile that I can save. I can save it as a name. I can upload it, download it, and record this so that we have a snapshot of how this unit is set up. If the customer were to change something, you can resend this profile. They can upload it, and you can display. So again, pretty nice little unit. Not a whole lot here. You can import and export from a unit. You can connection. You can do a serial connection. You can do the dashboard, the real calibration, and just a really nice piece of software that has a lot of functionality with your amplifier for the Laumas. If you have any questions, my name is John Callahan. My email is john@ptrsales.com, and my phone number is 269-209-7291. We'd be happy to help.